Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hit that like and subscribe. Let me know where you're all from. We need to keep you guys updated on these juicy news that's going on with Keefe D. You know, he hopes for low bail and requests house arrest ahead of the Tupac murder trial. And so we're going to jump into this. So Keefe D's court-appointed attorneys have petitioned the courts for house arrest for their client, claiming his ailing health makes staying behind bars untenable for his health. Now, an Associated Press report on this confirms that the ex-gang leader's lawyers who have been court-appointed to defend him submitted the request for house arrest on Tuesday, on January 2nd, and are claiming that he poses no danger to his ill health. Now, Happy New Year's, everybody. This is going on to the new year of some new juicy news for the new year of 2024. This is very, very recent, people. So they also say that he will not flee prior to the trial and are hoping that the judge sets a bail no higher than $100,000 out of respect for his tenuous financial situation. And according to the 8 News, however, this judge has delayed a decision for at least 1 week, and the attorney's previous request for leniency for their client, made on Friday, December 29th, was denied after Keefe D, real name Dwayne Davis, was deemed too dangerous for bail. Now, according to documents obtained by TMZ on Friday, December 29th, the state of Nevada pushed back on Keefe's prior request to be released from custody on his own recognized. Now, fortunately for him, such a release may not be likely. The outlet reports that prosecutors have provided several reasons why Keefe D should stay behind bars, including the fact he's a former high-ranking member of the Southside Compton Crips. They also noted that he's confessed multiple times to involvement in Tupac's murder over the years, something his lawyers recently claimed was merely just for entertainment purposes and cash purposes. But we all know that there's deeper things going on behind the scenes. You know, he may not be entirely at fault for the situation, but he does play a part in the situation, and that's what we all have to pay attention to, of what he really did as his part in the whole situation of Tupac. Now, prosecutors also claim he's made credible threats to witnesses from behind bars and are overall requesting he remain behind bars until the start of the trial. And so last month, Keefe D received a confirmed trial start date of June 3rd, 2024. Though Nevada is a capital punishment state, prosecutors will not be seeking the death penalty if convicted. The former gang member, who is now 60 and claims to have been diagnosed with cancer, is the only person to ever be charged with Pac's murder. And after he was arrested in September, despite pleading not guilty, Keefe D has made many claims over the years to masterminding the late rapper's death, including detailing the incident in his 2019 book, Compton Street Legend. And so Nevada prosecutors claim that Pac was involved in a casino brawl with known Crips gang member Orlando Anderson, who was the nephew of Keefe D, on the night of the shooting. And Anderson is believed to have been in the car with Keefe D during the drive-by shooting, with some accounts of IDing him as the gunman. And so Anderson then was killed in an unrelated gang shooting in the 1998. But that right there is some recent news of him trying to request bail to get out of the situation. But then remember, people, he did say, and he did, I quote, say it was all for entertainment purposes and for cash purposes. You know, really, he was giving himself away and stuff. He was, you know, running his mouth too much. And he was, in a way, being contradictory to what his situation was, because of, you know, the things he was saying. He was incriminating himself, people. And that's the things we got to pay attention to. The interviews he went into, the book he wrote, everything he's been talking about. And, you know, when things hit the fan and things come back on people, you know, everybody wants to point fingers and say, oh, I didn't do this, or I wasn't involved in this. But, you know, everything lines up back to you. All the paths, all the roads go back to you in some sort of way. So that's the problem here. You know, he just wasn't being smart as well. And so prosecutors' claims that witnesses may be at risk led to a Nevada judge to postpone a bail hearing for a former Los Angeles area gang leader charged with orchestrating the killing of hip-hop music icon Tupac Shakur in 1996 in Las Vegas. And so the court date was reset. And on Tuesday, January 2nd of 2024 to January 9th of 2024, To let Dwayne Keefe D. Davis court-appointed attorneys respond in writing, prosecutors filed a document last week saying jail telephone recordings and a list of names provided to Davis and his family members show that Davis poses a threat to the public if he's released to house arrest ahead of his trial in June. Now, Davis has pleaded not guilty and has remained jailed without bail since his arrest in September. But, that doesn't mean that everything is okay. And so, a former Los Angeles area gang leader charged with the killing of the hip-hop music icon Tupac Shakur in 1996 in Las Vegas is seeking release to house arrest ahead of the trial in June. Now, court-appointed lawyers for Dwayne Keefe D. Davis say that he's now 60 in poor health and poses no danger to the community. But prosecutors say jail telephone recordings show that witnesses may be at risk of harm if Davis is released. Davis has pleaded not guilty to a murder charge and has remained jailed without bail since his arrest in September. But prosecutors say Davis's own words provide strong evidence that he orchestrated the September 1996 drive-by shooting that killed Shakur. And so on November 7th of 2023, a former Southern California street gang leader that was charged with the killing rap icon Tupac Shakur in 1996 is expected to learn his court date for his murder trial. And, Dwayne Keefe D., he's due back on Tuesday, of the November 7th of 2023, but he pleaded not guilty in that week. And so he remains jailed in the Las Vegas, but the 6-year-old is originally from Compton, California. He was arrested on September 29th outside a Las Vegas area home. He said, publicly in recent years that he orchestrated the drive-by shooting that killed Shakur and incriminated himself and wounded the rap music mogul Marion Suge Knight. But Davis is the only person still alive who was in the vehicle from which the shots were fired. Keep that in mind, people. And so, the former Southern California street gang leader has pleaded not guilty to orchestrating the 1996 drive-by shooting. But Dwayne Keefe D. Davis is the only person that we know of that was alive, right? And the person to be charged with the crime in the case. And so the 6-year-old had attorneys appointed, on the Thursday, November 2nd, to his defense, and the judge acknowledged that, but prosecutors won't seek the death penalty, they're telling Davis. And Davis remains jailed pending another court appearance on the next Tuesday. He's originally from Compton, California, and he was arrested in his home in the suburban Henderson in Las Vegas. But, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis is the last living suspect and one of hip-hop's most enduring mysteries, in the 1996 killing, And Davis was arrested and indicted on September 29th, remember. More than 2 months after police raided his home outside Las Vegas, he remains jailed. And, on the night of the September 7th, 1996, Shakur was in the passenger seat of a black BMW that Knight was driving with when a white catalytic pulled up on their right side and gunfire erupted. Knight was wounded but survived. Shakur died a week later at the age of 25. And right there, that's already kind of some sketchy down the rabbit hole type of situation, because also, how did Suge Knight, come out of the situation alive? If anything, both of them being shot the way they were shot, they both should have died that night. But for some reason, Suge Knight was able to survive the situation while Tupac was killed. It doesn't sit right when you think about the situation of things. And, the police and prosecutors say the shooting stemmed from a furious competition for dominance in a musical genre that pitted East and Coast members of a Bloods gang and against the West Coast members of the Crips sector and section. And that Davis has cited and said he led in Compton, California. And so that night, 3 others were with Davis in the Cadillac, but none of them faced charges in Shakur's killing before they died. And so that's just some things you guys need to think about right now. But I'm going to keep you guys updated with some juicy news on this matter or subjects. Hit that like and subscribe. Let me know where you're all from, and we'll catch you in another one.